Alright, what's up everybody? It's your boy Akeen and welcome to today's vlog. We are on Week 10's Game of the Week of the 2014 college football season. Number 4 Ole Miss hosting number 3 Auburn. Both these two teams only have one loss this season. A couple of weeks ago, Mississippi State ousted Auburn 38-23, while Ole Miss lost last week in an upset at Death Valley 10-7 to the LSU Tigers. Now, even though they did lose last week, they only went down one slot as far as the AP polls. They went from number 3, now they're at number 4, bumping Auburn back at number 3. Now, this is going to be an exciting matchup for you guys to watch, and the game is pretty boils down to Auburn's offense against Ole Miss's defense. Now, starting with Auburn's offense, since the era began with Gus Malzahn as head coach, the Auburn offense has not made less than 20 points in a matchup. Now, for Ole Miss's defense, they have not allowed more than 20 points in a game so far this season. They're only allowing 10.5 points per game. This is going to be a great matchup between the good offense from Auburn and that great defense for Ole Miss. Now, it's time to give you my keys to victory, and I'm going to start off with Auburn. Now, offensively, they're going to have to punch the football by running the football just right down on Ole Miss's throats on that Ole Miss defense. Just like what LSU did last week. They did a great job running the football effectively, and it all starts in that line of scrimmage. The offensive line for Auburn has to win out the battles between the defensive line and the front seven for Ole Miss, and this game could be a good favor for Auburn because they're one of the top rushing teams in the country. They do a great job running the football. Now defensively, they're going to have some high hopes and having a good pass rusher and rush the passer in this matchup and put more pressure on quarterback Bo Wallace. Bo Wallace kind of struggles a lot under pressure, and in the game last week against LSU, there were many times where Bo Wallace was throwing the football off of his back foot and was not actually leading his targets as far as his receivers. He needs to do a better job. So that's actually I'm going to talk about the keys to victory for Ole Miss next. But for Auburn, they didn't have to need a good job just putting pressure on Bo Wallace and making him uncomfortable and throwing the football. Now, headed over for Ole Miss, going to start off with Bo Wallace. He needs to do a better job managing the team offensively and managing the clock. That's his major problem last week against LSU. And I just mentioned about his mechanics. He's been throwing the ball off of his back foot last week against LSU because he was uncomfortable. He needs to do a better job. If he leads his passers, that could be more effective offensively and drive the football down the field. And also, Ole Miss's offense needs to capitalize off of the Ole Miss's Rebel defense when they commit turnovers. Last week against LSU, the Rebel defense forced LSU to 4 turnovers, and the offense did not capitalize based on those turnovers. They need to do a better job. Now, headed over to the defensive side, they're going to have to play without a good linebacker and Denzel Kimdichie, the older brother of Robert Kimdichie. He's going to actually be out due to an ankle injury. He's going to be out for the remainder of the season. So they're going to have to do a good job just trying to slow down Auburn's rushing attack. So that is going to be a key to victory on the defensive side. Just slow down Auburn's rushing attack. There's going to be times where they're going to have to let up plays, kind of make have a little bit confused plays where they will give up some yardage, but just pretty much just slow them down. That's what they really need to do, particularly in the red zone. This is another key of victory for that Rebel team on the defensive side. They need to not allow Auburn to rush to have any touchdowns punched in through running or receiving. I think they need to hold them all to field goals, and if they do that, giving more opportunities for the Rebels offense, I think that the Rebels could pull off the victory. So those are the keys to victory. Now, my prediction for this matchup, I'm gonna have to stick with Ole Miss in this one. Even though they lost Denzel Kimdichie, I still think that Rebel defense is gonna give more opportunities to turn the football over against Auburn and putting the ball in the hands of Bo Wallace, and he must improve in this matchup in order for Ole Miss to survive and try to make it to the college football playoff. They still control their own destiny. They have a couple of big games, particularly at the end of the season in the Egg Bowl against in-state rival Mississippi State. But first, they have to focus on this matchup, and Auburn only has one loss, so they still control their own destiny but mainly for Mississippi State leading the SEC West. But Auburn still has a chance of making it to the playoff at the end of the season. But for this game, I have to go with Ole Miss because of their defense. Even though Auburn has a great offense, it's defense that wins championships, and that is a true quote, and that is a quote that I firmly believe in. I'm going to have to go with the Rebels defense over Auburn's offense, but this is going to be a great game for you guys to watch. Now, the next time to catch you guys will be on Monday, where I will give you a recap of this week. Now, for tonight is Halloween. I wish everybody a happy Halloween. While you guys go out there, please be safe. Try to stay out of trouble. Yes, you're going to get a little wild and crazy. Like myself, I'm going to a party tonight, but I'm still going to be safe, and I would suggest that, and I hope that everybody out there be safe so I can see you guys on Monday. Thank you for watching today's blog. From the Football Source, I'm your man, Akeem McCall. Be easy.